Have you ever asked yourself why, after getting what you desperately wanted, a new gadget, junk food, endless scrolling, you still feel empty? Why is it that pleasure never seems to satisfy for long? The Stoics had a clear answer. Chasing pleasure makes you weak. Pleasure itself isn't evil. The taste of good food, the warmth of comfort, the thrill of entertainment, these are natural parts of life. But the moment you build your life around them, you've handed your power away. You become dependent, a prisoner to your cravings. Seneca warned, "It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more. That is poor." Think about that. If pleasure controls you, you are always poor, no matter how much you have. Chasing pleasure weakens you in two ways. First, it destroys your resilience. If you always seek comfort, even small discomforts feel unbearable. Cold weather, hunger, boredom all seem like suffering. Second, it enslaves your mind. You start to believe you need things outside yourself to be happy, forgetting that real strength is built within. Marcus Aurelius said, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." But when you chase pleasure, you give up that power. You allow external things, food, status, validation, to dictate your emotions. And the more you need them, the weaker you become. The paradox is this: the less you need, the freer you are. The man who can enjoy simple bread and water is richer than the king who needs a feast to be content. So how do we stop chasing pleasure and build true strength? Here are 4 Stoic practices you can begin today. 1. Practice voluntary discomfort. Seneca advised his students to sleep on the floor, wear rough clothing, or eat the simplest meals, just to prove that happiness doesn't depend on luxury. Try this. Take a cold shower, walk instead of driving, or fast for a day. You'll discover that you are tougher than you think. 2. Pause before indulging. When you feel the urge to grab your phone, eat that snack, or buy something you don't need, wait. Even 5 minutes of delay strengthens your self-control. Epictetus said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Mastery begins with small pauses. 3. Redefine pleasure. Not all pleasure is destructive, but instead of chasing shallow dopamine highs, seek the pleasures that strengthen you. Learning, exercising, creating, or serving others. These bring joy that lasts longer than a quick fix. 4. Gratitude over greed. The Stoics taught that the richest person is the one who needs the least. Each morning list 3 things you already have: your breath, your health, someone you love. Gratitude turns ordinary life into abundance. So remember, pleasure is fleeting, but character is forever. If you train yourself to stop chasing pleasures, you won't just feel stronger, you'll become unshakable. Because when you no longer need pleasure to stand tall, nothing can make you fall. If this message resonated with you, subscribe and join me on this Stoic path. Together, let's choose strength over weakness, discipline over distraction, and wisdom over fleeting pleasure.